1 Samuel chapter 1. So there was this guy named Elkanah from the chill zone of Ramathaimzophim up in Mount Ephraim. He was the son of Jeraham, grandson of Elihu, great-grandson of Tohu, and great-great-grandson of Zuph. Straight up Ephrathite vibes. And dude had 2 wives. One was Hannah, the other was Peninnah. Peninnah had kids, Hannah didn't. Total bummer. Every year, Elkanah and fam would road trip up to Shiloh to worship and make sacrifices to the Lord of hosts. That's where Eli's sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were doing the priestly thing. So when Elkanah made his offering, he gave portions to Peninnah and all her kiddos. But for Hannah, he gave her this mega generous portion because he loved her hardcore, even though God hadn't opened her womb. Peninnah totally rubbed it in non-stop, just being savage to make Hannah feel worse. Year after year, the cycle repeated. As soon as they hit the temple, boom, Peninnah drama. Hannah cried and wouldn't even eat. Then Elkanah was like, "Babe, why are you crying? Why won't you eat? Why are you so down? Aren't I better than 10 sons?" One day after the fam had eaten and drunk in Shiloh, Hannah got up. Eli the priest was chilling near a post by the temple. Hannah was totally crushed inside, soul-level wrecked, and she cried her heart out to God. She made this vow "Lord of hosts, if you can just see me, remember me, and bless me with a baby boy, I promise I'll give him back to you forever. No razors, he's yours." As she kept praying, Eli was watching her mouth closely. Her lips were moving but no sound. Eli was like, "Okay, is this chick wasted or what?" He said, "Girl, how long you gonna be drunk? Put down the wine already." And Hannah was like, "No way, my dude. I'm not drunk, I'm just super sad and pouring my guts out to God. Don't think I'm some kind of wicked woman. I've just been praying from a deep place of pain and sadness." Eli nodded and said, "Go in peace. May the God of Israel grant what you asked for." And Hannah was like, "Thanks, I really hope so." She walked away, got her appetite back, and honestly looked way less emo. The next morning they worshipped again, then headed back home to Ramah. Elkanah and Hannah had a lil romantic moment, and God remembered her for real. Soon enough, Hannah got preggo and had a baby boy. She named him Samuel, which basically means, "I asked God for him." Major miracle baby. Later, Elkanah went up to make the yearly sacrifice and keep his vow. But Hannah stayed behind and told her man, "I'll wait till the kid's weaned. Then I'll take him to the Lord and leave him there, for life." Elkanah said, "You do you, babe. Just make sure the Lord's promise comes true." So she nursed little Samuel until he was ready. When he was weaned, she took him up to Shiloh with 3 bulls, a bunch of flour, and some wine. The kid was still super little. They sacrificed a bull and brought Samuel to Eli. Hannah said, "Oh my Lord, remember me? I'm that woman who was praying right here a while back. This is the child I prayed for, and the Lord totally delivered. Dream come true. So I'm giving him back to the Lord. He belongs to God forever." And little Samuel bowed in worship right there. Total holy moment. 1 Samuel chapter 2. Hannah was like, "OMG, my heart is soaring because of the Lord. I'm totally pumped, and my enemies? They can't even. God totally saved me. There's no one holy like our God. No one compares. He's the ultimate solid rock." So maybe zip it with the bragging, y'all. God knows everything. He checks receipts and weighs all your actions. The strongest warriors? Yeah, their bows got snapped. And the clumsy ones? They're now flexing hard. The folks who used to be stuffed, they're working for crumbs. And the hungry ones? Full bellies, baby. The woman who couldn't have kids? She's popping out 7. Meanwhile, the supermom? She's running on empty. The Lord? He's got resurrection power. He brings life and also takes it away. God lifts up and humbles. He's got control of the whole vibe. He scoops the poor out of the dust, pulls beggars out of the trash heap, and drops them into royal seats. From dirt to throne. Because he owns the whole earth. He guards his peeps so they don't trip, but bad guys? They're getting benched in the dark. Muscle alone won't cut it. Enemies of God? Boom, shattered. Thunder's coming from the sky. He's judging everyone everywhere and giving major strength to his chosen king. After that jam session, Elkanah cruised back home to Ramah. And little Samuel? He stayed behind, serving the Lord with Eli the priest. What a legend in training. But like Eli's sons? Total losers. Sons of Belial status. They didn't even know God. Yikes. Here's the priest-wide drama. When someone brought an offering, their servant would roll in with a three-pronged fork and just scoop stuff out of the pot. Whatever came out on the fork, the priest kept it. No chill. This was the routine at Shiloh. Before the fat could even burn properly, the servant would be like, "Hey, give me that raw meat for the priest. He doesn't do boiled." And if someone was like, "Can we at least burn the fat first?" the servant would go, "Nope. Hand it over now or I'll just take it. Try me." So yeah, this was a major sin. People were like totally over-sacrificing because the whole priest crew was sketchy. But little Samuel? He was rocking his baby ephod and faithfully serving God. Mini priest vibes. Every year, his mom would roll in with a handmade coat. So cute. She'd drop it off during their annual sacrifice road trip. Eli blessed Hannah and Elkanah like, "May God hook you up with more kids for the one you lent him." Then they headed home. And the Lord was like, "Say less." Hannah got 3 sons and 2 daughters. Meanwhile, Samuel kept growing strong in the Lord's glow. Eli was super old and heard that his sons were hooking up with the women who hung out by the temple. Not cool. So he asked, "Why are you doing this shady stuff? Everyone's talking about it." Come on guys, this is bad press. You're dragging the Lord's reputation through the mud. If you hurt people, judges can help. But if you sin against God, who you gonna call? Still, they didn't listen. God was so done with them. Meanwhile, Samuel was getting more awesome. God and people totally vibed with him. Then this mystery prophet showed up to Eli like, "Hey, remember when God picked your fam back in Egypt? Like, he chose your squad to be priests, burn incense, wear the special gear, and get the best offerings. Major privilege. So why are you disrespecting God's gifts and letting your sons pig out on the best bits? You're literally honoring your kids over the Lord." God's like, "Yeah, I said your fam would serve me forever, but guess what? If you honor me, I'll honor you. If you diss me, bye, Felicia." So yeah, your priesthood days are numbered. No more old dudes in your house. Everyone's gonna get cut off. You'll see a rando taking your spot while Israel flourishes. But your fam? Not invited. If I don't remove someone from the altar, they'll just make you miserable and heartbroken. All your fam's future? Cut short. Oh, and here's your sign. Your 2 sons, Hophni and Phinehas? Dead. Same day. Boom. But don't worry, I'll raise up a real deal priest, one who gets me. I'll give him a solid legacy and he'll serve before my anointed forever. And what's left of your fam? They'll be begging for a gig just to score a crust of bread. 1 Samuel chapter 3. So like little Sammy was chillin' in God's presence, serving under Eli. Back then, hearing from God was like super rare. No major visions or anything. One night, Eli was crashing in his spot. His eyes were like going all blurry because he was super old. Before the holy night light, aka the lamp of God, went out in the temple where the ark was, Samuel laid down to snooze. Then suddenly, boom, the Lord called out, "Samuel." And Sammy was like, "Yo, I'm here." He sprinted over to Eli and was like, "Dude, I'm here. Did you call?" And Eli said, No bro. Go lie back down." So Sammy did. The Lord was like, "Samuel, again?" And Sammy hopped up and ran to Eli again like, "You totally called me this time, right?" But Eli was like, "Still no, my dude. Go back to bed." Thing is, Samuel hadn't really met God yet, and hadn't gotten a full-on word from him. 3rd time's the charm, God calls Samuel again. Sammy rolls up to Eli like, "I know you called me this time for real." And Eli was finally like, "Whoa, this might be God calling." So Eli was like, "Next time you hear the voice, just say, 'Speak, Lord, I'm totally listening.'" So Sammy went and laid down again, waiting for the big moment. Then the Lord showed up like standing there calling, "Samuel, Samuel." And Sammy was like, "Speak, Lord, your servant is like so listening right now." And the Lord was like, "Okay, brace yourself. I'm about to do something in Israel that'll totally blow people's ears off when they hear it. I'm following through on all the stuff I warned Eli about. It's happening, no takebacks. I told him I'd judge his fam forever, cause he knew his sons were being mega gross and didn't stop them. So, not even sacrifices can undo what they did. It's a done deal. Sammy stayed in bed till morning, then opened the temple doors like usual, but he was super nervous to tell Eli what he heard. But Eli was like, "Samuel, my dude." And Sammy was like, "Yo, I'm here." Eli asked, "Spill the tea. What did God say? And don't even think about hiding it from me. May God totally do the same to you if you do." So Samuel told him everything, no holding back. And Eli just said, "It's the Lord. He can do what he thinks is best, I guess." Samuel kept growing and God totally had his back. Every word Sam dropped, none of it flopped. From Dan to Beersheba, everyone knew Sam was the real deal, a prophet from the Lord. And the Lord kept showing up in Shiloh, giving Samuel those deep downloads straight from heaven, bro. 1 Samuel chapter 4. So Samuel's words were getting around to all of Israel. And the Israelites, they rolled out to battle the Philistines, pitching their camp at Ebenezer, while the Philistines set up shop at Aphek. Then the Philistines lined up all gnarly for battle, and when the dust cleared, whoa, total wipeout. The Israelites got smacked down hard, losing about 4,000 bros on the battlefield. When the survivors got back to camp, the elders were like, why did the Lord totally let us get bodied by the Philistines today? Let's go grab the ark from Shiloh. Maybe if we bring it here, we'll be saved from our enemies, you know. So they sent for the ark, the one that's where the Lord of hosts chills between the cherubim. Eli's sketchy sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were with it too. When the ark arrived at camp, all of Israel was like, "Wait!" and screamed so loud the ground shook like a gnarly earthquake. The Philistines heard the ruckus and were like, "Dude, what's with that thunderous yelling from the Hebrews' camp?" Then someone spilled the beans. The ark of the Lord just showed up. The Philistines totally freaked out and were like, "Bro, God just rolled up in their camp. We are so toast. This has literally never happened before. What do we even do now?" These are the same gods that totally thrashed Egypt with all those nasty plagues in the wilderness, man. Okay guys, get it together, man up. Don't wimp out and end up being Hebrew servants like they were to us. Fight like warriors, dudes. So they clashed again, and yikes, Israel got wrecked even worse. Everyone dipped to their tents and 30,000 foot soldiers didn't make it. And yeah, the worst, the ark of God got jacked. And Hophni and Phinehas? Toasted. Total game over. One dude from Benjamin sprinted out of the battlefield all torn up, dirt on his head, full panic mode, and hit Shiloh that very day. Meanwhile, Eli was sitting roadside, all anxious, cause he was super worried about the ark. When that guy showed up and told the town what went down, the whole city just erupted into sobbing. Eli was like, "What's all that noise, bro?" And the messenger rushed in and told him everything. Eli was 98 years old and practically blind. The dude told him, "So I was in the army and yeah, I ran away today." Eli was like, "Tell me what happened, son." The messenger laid it all out. "Israel got wrecked, tons of people are gone, your sons Hophni and Phinehas are dead, and the ark of God has been taken." And when he mentioned the ark, Eli was like, splat. He fell backward off his seat by the gate, snapped his neck, and died. He was super old and not light. He'd been judging Israel for 40 years, so yeah, end of an era. Meanwhile, Phinehas' wife was super pregnant and ready to pop. When she heard the ark was gone and her husband and father-in-law were dead, she went into labor from the shock. As she was dying, the women around her were like, "Don't stress, you've had a son." But she didn't even reply or look at them. She named the baby Ichabod and was like, "The glory's totally gone from Israel." Because yeah, ark gone, hubby gone, father-in-law gone. She said again, "The glory has seriously bailed on Israel, cause the ark of God got taken." 1 Samuel chapter 5. So the Philistine bros snagged the ark of God and hauled it from Ebenezer to Ashdod, like they just scored some divine treasure. Then they brought it into Dagon's chill zone and parked it next to their idol, thinking that was a power move. But the next morning, whoa, major oops, Dagon was like face down in front of the ark of the Lord. So they picked him up and were like, let's just set him back up and pretend that didn't happen. But then, next morning again, Dagon's on his face again, but this time, dude's head and hands were totally snapped off at the threshold. All that was left was like his fishy torso stump. Brutal. That's why, like, even to this day, Dagon's crew doesn't walk on the threshold in his temple at Ashdod. Too sketchy. And then the Lord dropped the hammer on the people of Ashdod, like hardcore. He wrecked them with these nasty tumors all over town and the coastline. Total wipeout. So the Ashdod bros were like, dude, we can't keep this ark here. The God of Israel is totally wrecking us in Dagon. So they summoned all the Philistine VIPs and were like, what do we do with this intense Israelite God box? And the others were like, send it to Gath, maybe they can handle it. So off it went to Gath. And surprise, Gath got like demolished too. Everyone from toddlers to old dudes got smoked with mega painful tumors in like very private areas. Not chill. So Gath was like, nope, and shipped it to Ekron. But when the ark rolled into Ekron, the Ekronites freaked out and were like, what the heck, bros? You're trying to kill us too. So they gathered all the Philistine bosses again and were like, okay, this is bogus. Send the ark back to its people now before we all totally die. God's hand is like super heavy on us. And yeah, it was gnarly. People who didn't die were still cursed with the tumors, and the whole city was just one giant cry fest that like echoed all the way to heaven. 1 Samuel chapter 6. So like the ark of the Lord was chillin' in Philistine territory for 7 gnarly months. The Philistine squad was like, okay bros, let's ask the priests and those mystical vibe guys, what do we do with this ark? Like, how do we send it back without getting totally wrecked again? The priestly dudes were like, don't send it back empty, duh. You gotta throw in a guilt gift, a trespass offering. That way maybe God chills out and heals your vibes. And the Philistines were like, okay, but like what kind of gift says, sorry for the tumors? And the holy consultants were like, make 5 golden booty bumps, like replicas of those gross emeralds, and 5 golden rats, 1 for each of your bosses, cause this plague hit everyone hard. Craft those cringe souvenirs, give props to the God of Israel, and maybe, just maybe, he'll lift his divine smackdown from you, your gods, and your land. And like, don't be stubborn like Pharaoh and his crew, okay? You saw how that turned out. Just let the ark go. So they were like, let's DIY a fresh cart, harness 2 mama cows that we never worn a yoke, and send their calves back home so they don't follow. Then load up the ark on the cart, toss in a bling box of the golden guilt offerings next to it, and let the cows cruise. If they head straight toward Beth-Shemesh, then boom, it was totally God. If not, then it was just like a super weird coincidence. So the dudes did it. They hitched up the cows and kept the calves at home, probably mooing a lot. They put the ark in the funky golden tumors and rats on the cart like a weird holy care package. And the cows? Bro, they totally beelined it down the road to Beth-Shemesh, mooing the whole way, no detours. The Philistine VIPs followed like, whoa, is this happening? The Beth-Shemesh crew was out harvesting wheat and looked up like, whoa dude, it's the ark. Big time party vibes. The cart stopped in this dude Joshua's field by a giant rock. So they broke up the cart, grilled the cows, and gave God a burnt offering barbecue right there. The Levites handled the ark in the bling box, putting it all on the big rock. The locals threw down more burnt offerings like it was a full-on praise fest. When the 5 Philistine lords saw all this holy action, they were like, cool, we're out, and dipped back to Ekron that same day. So yeah, those were the 5 golden booty bumps, 1 for each city: Ashdod, Gaza, Askelon, Gath, and Ekron. And the golden rats? Same deal, 1 for every town and village under those cities. The ark sat on this epic stone in Joshua's field, and like that rock is still insta-famous to this day. But like some of the Beth-Shemesh dudes peeked inside the ark, bad idea bro, and God was not having it. He smote like 50,070 people. Everyone was freaking devastated. They were like, dude, who can even survive being around this insanely holy God? And also, where do we even send this thing now? So they texted Kirjathirim like, hey guys, the Philistines sent the ark back. It's in our backyard now. Come grab it, seriously. 1 Samuel chapter 7. So like the dudes from Kirjathaim rolled up and snagged the ark of the Lord. They brought it to this chill hill house that belonged to Abinadab, and they were like, Eliezer bro, you're in charge now. Keep it safe and holy. Time totally flew and the ark just vibed there for like 20 whole years. Meanwhile, all of Israel was majorly bummed and longing for the Lord. Then Samuel stood up and was like, alright my dudes, if you're like for real about coming back to God, then ditch all those sketchy foreign gods and that Ashtaroth chick. Get your hearts in gear and serve only the Lord. Then he'll totally rescue you from those gnarly Philistines. So the Israelites were like, okay bet, and they trashed all their Baalim and Ashtaroth statues and went full on for the Lord. Then Samuel was like, gather up at Mizpeh everyone, I'm gonna pray to the big guy for you. So like the squad assembled at Mizpeh, poured out water in this super symbolic way, fasted hard, and were like, we've totally blown it, Lord. Samuel was like their judge that day. But then the Philistines heard Israel was having a big prayer party, and the Philistine bosses were like, time to crash it. The Israelites were shook when they heard the enemy was coming. They told Samuel, dude, don't stop crying out to God for us. Like, ask him to totally save us from these Philistine dudes. So Samuel grabbed this little lamb, super cute, and offered it as a full-on burnt offering. He cried out to God like big time, and the Lord was all ears. While Samuel was still grilling the lamb, the Philistines were getting ready to throw down, but the Lord unleashed this mega thunderstorm that freaked the Philistines out so bad they got wrecked by Israel. The Israelites were like, let's go, and they chased the Philistines all the way back to Bethkar, totally smiting them along the way. Then Samuel picked up this stone, set it down between Mizpeh and Shin, and was like, let's name this bad boy Ebenezer, cause the Lord totally helped us this far. The Philistines were like shut down after that. They didn't dare come back into Israel's turf. God kept his hand heavy on them all Samuel's days. All those towns the Philistines had jacked, from Ekron to Gath, Israel got him back bro. And things got pretty chill with the Amorites too. Samuel kept being the judge of Israel his whole life. Total legend status. Every year he did a circuit, Bethel, Gilgal, Mizpeh, laying down justice like a boss. But he always came back home to Ramah, cause that's where he lived. There he judged the people and built this sweet altar to the Lord. 1 Samuel chapter 8. So, like, when Samuel got super old, he made his sons the judges over Israel. Total legacy move. His firstborn was Joel, classic name, and the second was Abiah. They were judging in Beersheba, down south. But like, they weren't on Samuel's level at all. They were all about the money, took bribes, and totally bent the rules. So the elders of Israel were like, group meeting, and they rolled up to Samuel in Ramah. And they were like, dude, you're getting old and your sons are like totally not it. So give us a king, like all the cool nations have one. Samuel was super bummed about this, especially when they said, give us a king to judge us. So he prayed it out to the Lord. And the Lord was like, listen to what the people are saying, Sam. They're not ghosting you, they're totally ghosting me. They don't want me to be their king. Like, ever since I bailed them out of Egypt, they've been chasing other gods. This is just more of that. So go ahead, give them what they want. But warn them first like hardcore. Let them know what they're in for with a king. So Samuel gave them the whole Lord download and spelled it out for the people who were like, king please. He was like, here's what your king's gonna be like. He's gonna snatch up your sons and make them ride in his chariots, be his personal runners and squad. He'll make some of them army bosses and farmers for his royal crops, and others will be building battle gear and stuff for his rides. And your daughters? Say goodbye, they'll be baking, cooking, and mixing up perfumes for the palace. He's also gonna grab your best vineyards, orchards, and land and hand them out to his brothers. He'll take 1/10 of your grain and grapes to feed his royal crew. And your best workers, hottest guys, and even your donkeys? Yeah, they're on his payroll now, no choice. Even your sheep, he'll want a cut. You'll basically be royal servants. And when you're crying about it later, like, why did we ask for this? The Lord won't be picking up the call. But the people were like, nope. We still totally want a king. We want to be like the other nations. A king who judges us and leads the charge in battle, like totally epic. Samuel listened to the whole spiel and passed it along to the Lord like, "So, they're still into this." And the Lord was like, "All right, fine. Let them have their king." So Samuel was like, "Everyone head back to your hometowns, we've got a monarchy to prep." 1 Samuel chapter 9. So there was this totally important dude from Benjamin. Kish was his name. His fam tree was stacked. Abel, Zerah, Bechorath, Aphiah, a serious Benjamite baller. And Kish had this son named Saul and like, whoa, total dreamboat. No one in all of Israel was taller or more gorgeous. He was like Instamodel tall from the shoulders up. But plot twist, Kish's donkeys went missing. So he was like, "Yo Saul, grab a servant and go track those four-legged runaways." So Saul and his guy checked Mount Ephraim, then Shalisha, nope, then Shalim, still nope, and even the Benjamite hood, but nada. Donkeys were straight up ghosting. When they got to Zuph, Saul was like, "Bro, we should head back. My dad's probably stressing more about us now than the donkeys." And his servant was like, "Dude, I heard about this God-man in town, total legend. Everything he says like totally happens. Let's go see if he can point us donkey ward." Saul was like, "Okay, but like, we got no gift. No snacks, no silver, what are we even gonna bring?" The servant was like, "Chill. I've got a quarter shekel of silver. We can totally offer that and ask him the way." By the way, back then people called prophets seers. So if you were like, "Let's ask God," it was more like, "Let's go see the seer." Old school lingo. Saul was like, "Sweet idea, let's go." So they headed into the city where the man of God was supposed to be. As they climbed the hill, they spotted some girls getting water and asked, "Hey, is the seer in town?" The girls were like, "Totally. He just got here. If you hurry, you'll catch him before the sacrifice at the high place. Run, you'll find him just before dinner, 'cause no one chows down till he blesses the meal." So they went into town, and right as they arrived, bam, Samuel pops out heading to the high place. Plot twist, God had already whispered to Samuel the day before, "Tomorrow I'm sending a guy from Benjamin. You're gonna anoint him king. He's gonna save my people from the Philistines. I've heard their SOS prayers." And the second Samuel laid eyes on Saul, God was like, "That's him. That's the dude I told you about. Crown material." Saul walks up to Samuel like, "Hey man, can you point me to the seer's house?" Samuel was like, "Bro, I am the seer. Head up to the high place with me. You're eating dinner with me tonight. And tomorrow we'll talk about everything on your mind. Oh, and about those donkeys that bailed 3 days ago? Forget them, they're found. But get this, all of Israel is basically vibing toward you and your fam right now." Saul was like, "Wait, what? I'm a Benjamite, bro. Smallest tribe, smallest fam. Why are you talking to me like I'm somebody?" But Samuel just took Saul and his servant into the party zone and gave them the VIP seats, like top table among 30 guests. Then Samuel told the cook, "Bring that special cut I saved, you know, the good stuff I told you to stash." And the cook brought out the shoulder, laid it in front of Saul, and Samuel was like, "Boom, this is your portion. It's been saved just for you since I said, hey, I'm inviting someone important." So Saul dined with Samuel that night. After dinner, they strolled down to the city and had a rooftop convo, like a deep heart-to-heart. At sunrise, Samuel called up to Saul, "Rise and shine, bro, time to head out." Saul got up and they walked out together. As they reached the city edge, Samuel was like, "Tell your servant to cruise ahead." He did. Then Samuel said, "Now hang back a sec, I've got a message straight from God for you." 1 Samuel chapter 10. Samuel was like, "Dude, the Lord's totally made you the head honcho over his peeps, so here's a kiss and some holy oil to seal the deal. So, like, when you peace out today, you're gonna run into 2 guys chillin' near Rachel's tomb by Zelzah. And they'll be all, 'Yo bro, your dad's donkeys are fine now, but he's majorly stressing about you, like, where's my son?' Then keep cruising, and you'll roll into Tabor. You'll meet 3 dudes on a God run to Bethel. One's got 3 goats, another's got 3 loaves of bread, and the last one's rocking a bottle of vino. They'll be like, 'What's up?' and totally hand you 2 loaves of bread. Don't be shy, take 'em. After that, head to God's hill near the Philistine outpost. There, a band of prophets will come down jamming on harps and tambourines, flutes and lyres, like full-on worship vibes, and they'll be totally prophesying. Then, boom, God's Spirit is gonna hit you like a divine wave and you'll start prophesying with them, and dude, you're gonna be like a whole new person. So when all this gnarly stuff goes down, just go with it, 'cause God's totally got your back. Then cruise down to Gilgal ahead of me. I'll meet you there to offer burnt vibes and peace sacrifices. Just chill for 7 days, till I show up and tell you what's next, cool? So, like, the moment Saul turned to bail from Samuel, God totally switched his heart out for a brand new one. And every single thing Samuel said? Yeah, it all happened that day. Then when they reached the hill, the prophet crew came down and, whoa, God's Spirit rushed Saul and he started prophesying like he was part of the band. The peeps who knew Saul before were like, wait, hold up. Is that Saul? Bros, like, channeling prophetic energy now? What is even happening? And someone nearby was like, well, who's their dad anyway? So that day, everyone started saying, yo, is Saul seriously one of the prophets now? Wild. So, like, when Saul finished prophesying, he headed up to the hangout spot. Saul's uncle was all, yo bros, where'd you go? And Saul was like, we were totally out looking for the donkeys. Couldn't find him, so we hit up Samuel. His uncle's like, spill it dude, what did Samuel say? Saul was all chill, he just told us the donkeys were fine. But like, he didn't drop the part about being anointed king. Major secret. Then Samuel called everyone together for a massive God huddle at Mizpeh. And he goes, listen up fam. The Lord, your ride or die God, pulled y'all out of Egypt, rescued you from mad oppressors and fought for your freedom. But nah, today y'all ghosted him and were like, we want a king instead. So okay, line up by tribes and squads. Then Samuel did the tribal roll call and boom, Benjamin got picked. Next round, the fam of Matri gets chosen and finally, bam, Saul son of Kish. But, like, bro vanished. So they're like, God, where'd our new guy go? And the Lord's like, he's totally hiding in the supply closet. They ran, grabbed Saul, and when he stood up, dude was a total tower. Like shoulders above everybody. Samuel was like, check him out, peeps. This is the guy the Lord picked. Nobody else like him. And the crowd went totally wild. Long live the king. Samuel laid out all the kingdom rules, wrote them in a scroll, and parked it in the Lord's archive. Then he dismissed everyone to go back home. Saul rolled home to Gibeah, and a crew of bros, totally moved by God, went with him. But like, some lame dudes were hating and said, this guy? He's not saving anybody. And they didn't even bring him a gift. Saul was just like, whatever, and didn't even clap back.